stereotypes that rob an entire people of their humanity. All aspects of our culture project the Arab as villain. That is a given. There is no deviation. We have taken a few structured images and repeated them over and over again.
You are hostages of the Holy Freedom Party.
Now, whether one lives in Paducah, Kentucky, or Wood River, Illinois, we know basically the same thing.
Listen to the sound, Jesus, of Altar!
We know the mythology. The mythology, namely Hollywood's images of Arabs.
In the previous part, we showed you that for much of its history, Hollywood relied on a highly consistent storytelling formula. Familiarity, not fairness, became the foundation of emotional attachment that most movie fans developed in America and around the world. Within this long-standing formula, the hero was usually white, male, and culturally American. He represented reason, morality, and progress. Characters of other backgrounds were framed differently, as threats, as obstacles, as problems to be solved. Difference was coded as disorder, and the narrative solution was intervention, correction, or domination, presented as necessary and justified. This pattern did not disappear with time. It continued into modern Hollywood.
Controversy already for Adam Sandler's new movie, and it hasn't even hit screens yet. About a dozen Native American actors walked off the set of this film called Ridiculous Six this week. They say the script is offensive and the jokes are racist, and the film is disrespectful to women and the elderly.
During the production of The Ridiculous Six, multiple Native American actors and cultural advisors walked off the set. They objected to portrayals they described as degrading, reducing Native women and elders to crude stereotypes and cultural punchlines.
Well, it was when the cultural consultant left the set. He was the first to leave. And, you know, that says something when the cultural advisor for the film quits.
Well, I understand
because he's offended.
I understand.
There was one instance where one of the Native American women, played by a white actress, is passed out on the ground, and the group of white men are throwing liquor on her, and she jumps up and she starts dancing with everyone else. And you know, that's not comedy when it comes to Native American stereotypes, because we're always portrayed as the drunk Indian. And that's just perpetuating those stereotypes.
So it seems like it's you know, one instance.
It's a little sad to see that, you know, maybe they're not willing to change anything about it.
All right, Allie Young, we thank you for sharing your experience with us and being with us on the show.
What makes this moment significant is not only the offense, but the mechanism behind it. The film reused a long-standing Hollywood habit, turning marginalized cultures into exaggerated backdrop while centering a familiar American hero figure inside a mythic frontier setting. Not new, not isolated, repeated. And that repetition matters more than intent. Because repetition, more than motive, is what gives a storytelling formula its lasting psychological power. When the same hierarchy appears again and again across decades and genres, it stops feeling constructed and starts feeling natural.
Before Indian braves went on the warpath, they made themselves look ferocious by decorating their bodies with war paint. It was a dangerous undertaking for any paleface to travel through Indian territory.
Muslims and Native Americans have been among the groups most consistently misrepresented across Hollywood history. Different eras, different genres, same narrative position. This pattern is not random, it is structural. Hollywood's history also shows periods where Jewish identity was stereotyped or culturally softened to fit mainstream expectations. The industry has direct experience with how representation can distort identity and how stereotype can replace humanity. Jewish-coded characters in mainstream Hollywood stories were often framed through familiarity, humor, and social closeness. Stereotypes, when present, were frequently attached to warmth, intellect, or eccentricity, and placed inside sympathetic roles.
Hey, you don't feel like you're gonna throw up, do you?
No.
Well, I do, so let's... So, Ben, you know what holiday is coming up, don't you?
Christmas.
Yep, and you know what other holiday is coming up?
Christmas Eve.
Yes, but also... Hanukkah! See, you're part Jewish, and Hanukkah is a Jewish holiday.
Santa has reindeers that can fly.
I think Israel, I always say America is Israel's indispensable and by far the best ally.
I know since there's been two main branch-offs from Judaism that stay Abrahamic in their beliefs. That would be Christianity and Islam with the Muslims. So you've got the Christians and the Muslims. Which one would fit closer into Judaism? Would it be the Muslims or Christians?
Oh, this is not even a contest. So the Muslims, because they believe in one true God, they really worship one God and one God alone, and they have not allowed themselves to become defiled with the doctrine of the Trinity. Islam.
By contrast, Native American and Muslim stereotypes were far more often tied to danger, violence, or cultural inferiority, roles built around threat, opposition, or disposability. So while all stereotyping reduces complexity, not all stereotypes operate with the same narrative weight or social consequence. Some patterns invite audiences inward, others push entire groups outward, and that difference matters. Yet even creators from historically stereotyped communities have sometimes reproduced the same harmful formulas when working inside established Hollywood structures.
I truly believe he's a good guy, and it's just a little sad to see that, maybe they're not willing to change anything about it.
All right, Allie Young, we thank you for sharing your experience with us and being with us on the show.
This shows that the pattern is not only about individuals. It is about institutional storytelling habits that repeat unless they are deliberately rebuilt.
Shalom Mishpacha. My name is Rabbi Mort, and the video is going to be called Prophecies of Muhammad, the Ishmaelite prophet in the Bible, in the scriptures. We start out with Book of Deuteronomy, chapter 33, verse 2. Hashem came from Sinai and rose up from Seir unto them. He shined forth from Mount Paran, and he came forth with thousands of his saints. The simple explanation in here is that the mentioning of Mount Paran is the Mount of Ishmael, which may refer to also Muhammad. We also discussed Song of Solomon, chapter 5, verse 16. Yes, the name Muhammad does show up. It does say Muhammadim, but the name Muhammad is very plainly in the text. I also discovered in Isaiah, Ishayahu,